Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 541.
Now you know. So Elon reposted this in The Boring Company. Preparation for Music City Loop continues with controlled blasting to excavate the TBM launch shaft. The final depth will allow tunneling safely beneath existing utilities.
We greatly appreciate the partnership and oversight from Tennessee and Nashville and the state architect for their thorough review and approval process.
Each blast is carefully engineered and monitored to limit vibration, protect nearby structures, and ensure public safety. Vibration in the nearest building was monitored and recorded to be less than that of a washing machine. And with extra layers of blasting mats, the noise measured was softer than the trains passing by. Well, that's cool. We're moving ahead on the loop there in Nashville.
Nashville Boring Tunnel Loop. This is going to be the closest boring tunnel to the East Coast.
That's right.
Very exciting. Well, I guess except for the one in Florida. I hope they're still going along with that.
There's so many that they've started that I don't know what the process is.
Well, it's tough to cover because
it's underground.
It's all underground.
You come from a land down under.
Tesla Manufacturing posted Model Y Standard says, "Hello world. Production at Gigaberlin has started today."
Andre Thierig, Gigaberlin's senior director of manufacturing, posted, "Remarkable milestone in our young history. Less than 9 months after launching Model Y Premium, we now launch the all-new Model Y Standard. Soon it will hit European roads."
And I think this is going to be a big deal. I think lowering the price is going to be a huge deal. And Jesse and I were talking the other day, driving along in our Model Y. I don't think missing out on the glass roof is that big a deal.
Yeah, especially for the driver, who is usually the person who buys the car. And I think also especially for Europe, where, they did the Model Y Standard, let's be honest, because of the federal tax credit going away, but we mean the United States federal tax credit. In Europe, a lot of those incentives still exist, which means that the Standard is going to be really, really attractive. Thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this episode.
Tesla reports revenue growth of 12% after 2 down quarters in a row.
But despite the higher revenue and achieving record vehicle deliveries during the quarter, Tesla profits fell by 37%.
Depending on where you get your news, you might not have heard about this, or the story might look completely different. Follow the story at ground.news/NYK, and you'll see how uneven the coverage really is.
Out of over 100 reporting sources that Ground News analyzed, 92 came from left-leaning outlets.
You can see how different headlines are framing the story. Left-leaning coverage frames Tesla's record sales with looming earnings woes and a massive profit decline. And they also link the declining performance to Elon's political involvement.
While right-leaning coverage explicitly attributes Tesla's performance drops with a regulatory credit decline from the Trump administration's climate policy.
When news is filtered through political lenses, it's almost always impossible to get the full story, and the result is more outrage, more confusion, and more conflict.
That's exactly why we keep partnering with Ground News, an app and website that doesn't just show you the most important stories of our time, they show you the bias, credibility, and financial interests driving the different narratives.
Ground News was founded by a former NASA engineer with one mission in mind: to help people break free from echo chambers and see the full picture. And we just knew that our viewers would love what they've built.
They're also recognized by the Nobel Peace Center for their impact on media literacy, saying that it's an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview, which is exactly why we use Ground News.
And why we've partnered with them to get you guys 40% off when you subscribe to their unlimited access Vantage plan. That's the same one that we've been using every day. Just click our link, ground.news/NYK, in the description, or scan this QR code to subscribe.
Ground News helps us stay curious, think critically, and stay grounded, and we know it'll do the same for you. So Tesla's just announced that if you buy a set of tires in a service center or from the Tesla shop online, as soon as you get those tires installed by a service center, you will get a 30-day trial of FSD supervised.
Ooh. And according to Raj Jagannathan, look at how many things he's in charge of, by the way. AI, IT infrastructure, cybersecurity, IT apps, and vehicle service at Tesla. Within a couple of weeks, Tesla will allow owners in North America to gift FSD subscriptions to other Tesla owners. He said, "We'll have it ready before the holidays."
And I mean, this is pretty great because I have lots of Tesla friends.
Yeah.
And some of them have tried FSD and they tell me how much they love it. And other people don't have FSD, because it's $99 a month. I get it. So they have never tried it. And maybe they have autopilot, maybe they don't. But now, for $99, you can give them a month of full self-driving.
Especially during the holidays when people are doing a lot of traveling.
This is a great last minute gift.
Yep.
Because you can be like, "Oh no," and then be like, "Hang on 1 second. I have to go to the bathroom. Merry Christmas."
Look in your app. All right, it's time for the Cybertruck Roundup.
Yeehaw! The Cybertruck Roundup.
And I know we showed SpaceX's Cybertruck fleet at Starbase a couple of weeks ago, but as NSF NASA spaceflight shows,
there was 100-ish last time. there are a lot more than are they out of room in Austin? Why are they parking? I don't even feel like they need that many trucks there.
Elon said Cybertrucks get preferential parking as they look much more futuristic than normal cars and are poetically aligned with the stainless steel of Starship. And I think it's even more astounding to play this video from Derek Lee.
Wow. Okay, that's about 250 Cybertrucks, which will be replacing SpaceX's entire gas truck fleet.
Elon said so much more striking than a bunch of normal cars that look like a parking lot at a shopping mall. Absolutely true.
Is there a guy whose job it is just to keep them all like lined up and parked straight and everything?
You could autonomously have them do that.
I know.
That would be really cool.
Tesla's lead Cybertruck engineer, Wes Morrow, posted this, Apocalypse of Cybertrucks. This is at Giga Texas.
You know, just like a group of whales is called a pod.
Yep.
And a group of crows is called a murder. A group of Cybertrucks is called an apocalypse.
Would you like to see another Apocalypse of Cybertrucks?
Sure.
Let's play a little Tesla GeoGuessr against you this time.
Okay.
Where in the world is this Tesla?
All right, where do you think these are?
Okay, we're on a coast, presumably because they've been delivered somewhere. It looks kind of Mediterranean. I don't know. Where is it?
This is the port of Pyeongtaek Port in South Korea. The official deliveries of Cybertrucks will begin by the end of this month.
So South Koreans are going to get some awesome Christmas presents.
Yep, Wes says Apocalypse arrives in South Korea. That's not a bad thing.
That's a good thing, right?
And according to Ashok Elaswamy, Tesla's head of AI, you are going to be super happy about this one. FSD 14 is going to be rolling out to Cybertruck starting this weekend. Wes Morrell said, can confirm, arrived last night.
I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to test it out because we've already tested 14.1.4. Sorry, yeah, I didn't want to tell you all the .1. I'm not a robot. So I'd love to see what it does on the Cybertruck.
Now that you got your camera cleaned.
I just got my camera cleaned. So I want to see if it's as timid.
We should drive together and see who has less or more interventions.
Interesting. Because it depends on who's in front.
Right. All right, it's time for some SpaceX news. And as of November 1st, SpaceX has launched its 100th Starlink mission of this year.
Over 2,550 Starlink satellites have been launched this year so far, and that is a new record.
Have you shipped 1 million of those things? Yes, sir. Ship them all!
According to the Wall Street Journal and Investors Business Daily, SpaceX has been awarded a $2 billion Pentagon contract to build 600 satellites for the U.S. Golden Dome missile defense project.
So are we finally getting the Star Wars system?
Maybe.
Give me the Star Wars!
Who's
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan
Only took a few decades.
So, I mean, basically, is this going to be a constellation of satellites that could blow up intercontinental ballistic
That's
missiles?
the idea.
So that could kind of mean, right, the end of the Cold War, kind of.
That would be great.
In a certain, maybe.
I'm
I don't
not
know.
holding my breath.
Hey,
but
I don't know. I don't know, but that would be really neat, huh?
Please let these Star Wars!
That would mean people will be happy with Starlink, although...
No, they're going to be mad.
Well,
we can't blow up people with our missiles.
This next story, someone is mad. Ontario, Canada had signed a $100 million contract with Starlink in March to provide 100,000 Northern Ontario rural households with broadband internet coverage using Starlink terminals.
Nice.
I said had because Ontario Premier Doug Ford has scrapped the contract.
How much does Ontario have to pay as a break fee for breaking the contract?
We don't know because the Canadian government won't tell its own people what it paid to not provide them with internet.
So now it's not clear if those 100,000 households will get internet at all.
Right.
Or they could just buy it themselves, I guess. I mean, that's what I've seen a lot of people doing anyway, since you can get those things. It's so weird to walk into like a Best Buy
And see
you're
a Starlink.
bunch of dumb tech products. What is that, Starlink?
Yep. Starbase server posted, where am I? So where do you think this is? Another GeoGuessr for you.
Yeah, this is like one of those easy ones because they put the sign right there. It's funny. I wouldn't have thought that it would look like a little gated community.
Yeah, this is the new entry gateway to Starbase Village, along with an illuminated new City of Starbase seal.
Thank you to Carlos for those pictures.
All right, we have a winner of our 7th Patreon giveaway out of 286 entries. Congratulations to Andrew.
You have won this EVJect Escape connector, and hopefully this will keep you safe while charging. Thank you to our friends at EVJect for providing this prize.
And let's keep it going, shall we? We started another giveaway on Patreon for our lovely patrons. I have the thing right here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, you know what? Let's let our patrons find out what it is first, shall we? So the giveaway is up right now on Patreon. Now all of our patrons can enter. Just comment on the post and we'll draw one lucky winner for our 8th Patreon giveaway. It's now time for the Patreon bonus stories. We will see you there, patrons. All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. There's so many stories, by the way, today on Investor Club and Patreon, so you really should join us. We have a lot to talk about there. And for Patreon, it's only $1 a month. Anyway, who do we have for our Patreon shout-outs? These are people who gave $5 a month or more, really keep the show going. Who do we got?
Alan R. Meyer,
Gary L. Nelson,
Jan Patrick Osterloh,
Michael Ratka,
and Richard Eastwood. Thank you so much for supporting us. We can't do this show without you.
All right, it's time for Elon's X's of the week. We got a few of them here, so buckle up. Elon said money is an information theory problem. I thought more money, more problems. So it's not that.
That might be part of the theory.
It could be.
Theorem 3 states.
This is a big one. Elon said, just finished a long AI 5 design review with the Tesla California and Texas chip engineers. It's going to be great. And AI 6 and AI 7 will follow in fast succession. AI 8 will be out of this world.
Okay, you know how we talked about like the Osborne effect? Where it's like, don't tell people that the next iPod is coming before you've sold the first one?
I've got the AI 5 chip.
Yeah. And he's like, well, the AI 8's going to be amazing. So, he's super Osborning right now.
Yeah. Nick Cruz-Petain said, wow, Elon is already talking about AI 8. Next few years are going to be crazy.
Elon said super crazy.
Yeah, these are the ones that are going to go up in space, pretty sure.
Oh.
Because Elon said, quantum computing is best done in the permanently shadowed craters on the moon.
And then he said trending that way.
Tyler Storm said, Grok predicted the future. What is he talking about?
So back in July at the Grok 4 demo, Grok predicted that the LA Dodgers had the best chance of winning the World Series. And
they did.
They did.
Wow. It predicted in July.
It predicted it in July at the event. So this is not just some guy on X who had it do it, 75 times and choose every team on the league.
Peter Diamandis says AI is no longer a sector. It is the economy.
And Elon said AI needs robots to be the economy.
Elon said Starship could deliver 100 gigawatts a year to high Earth orbit within 4 to 5 years if we can solve the other parts of the equation. 100 terawatts a year is possible from a lunar base producing solar-powered AI satellites locally and accelerating them to escape velocity with a mass driver.
Oh.
Is he innovating past himself now?
Wow. Okay. Can I break this down?
No, we're
going to
talk about this on Patreon today. Okay. Elon said if AI continues advancing at even a much reduced rate, this is where it ends up. Wow, couldn't have seen this coming when we started the show.
No.
City Park posted that AI 8 will be out of this world. Is what Elon said. AI 8 might be the chip for the orbit data centers.
And Elon said, bullseye.
And to just drive that home, Hassan said Elon Musk wants to set up quantum computing on the dark side of the moon.
And Elon said, yeah.
Yeah. Elon said, my pool parties per year number is about 0.3, which is probably too low. What have you been busy or something? Elon said, perhaps our purpose is to make the mind of a sentient sun. And I stared at that for quite a while. I think what he's talking about is he wants to take the energy, all the energy from our sun to build a super giant intelligent AI.
Yeah, that's Kardashev 2.
Right. Elon said a vast array of solar-powered AI satellites would be able to provide precise amounts of shade to keep Earth at the exact right temperature. Did he also just solve global warming? Elon said your X feed should start to get really awesome sometime this month. That seems like such a letdown after you've heard about him solving global warming and global AI. Like then to be like,
since he
oh,
said
your feed's going to be better.
He said that every week.
Right. It actually did get a little better this week. Doge Designer says, I'm pretty sure that in a few years you'll be able to book a trip to the moon or Mars with SpaceX right here on the X app.
And Elon said SpaceX will lean in big on the moon.
And Doge Designer followed up, I wouldn't be surprised to see a SpaceX headquarters on the moon one day.
And Elon said yes.
Nice. Elon said this, a zero-sum mindset is the root of all evil. Zishan Patel says, two simple but profound things from Elon Musk that have resonated with me since high school are the importance of critical thinking and a first principles approach to engineering.
Elon said, such powerful mental tools, they are free and will free your mind.
Andre Cote said the best test of morality is how a person would answer this question. Would you work very hard your whole life to make the future better, knowing you won't live to see it? Call this cathedral culture.
And Elon said yes.
Right, because we used to build churches that would take centuries to build, and Elon said he'd be one of them. Doge Designer said the truth isn't on TV, it's on X.
And Elon said yes, legacy media is a propaganda arm of the far left.
C3 said there's a reason the majority of blue states do not want to give their SNAP data to the administration for verification. It's the same reason the majority of blue states do not want to give their voting data to the administration for verification. The fraud is off the charts.
And Elon said 100. But, what does he know about the government? He's involved with it.
C3 went on to say, by the numbers, the Democrats have around 50 fraudulent congressional seats due to illegals. That's 760,000 people per seat, 40 million illegals.
Elon said, very important to appreciate that the debate is not about whether illegals will sway future U.S. elections due to census apportionment, but just by how much. Left-leaning organizations like Pew Research represent the low end of estimates.
And Elon went on to say it's crazy not to require proof of citizenship to vote in any country's election. Elon said there are good engineers at Boeing and Lockheed guaranteed, but we have to get rid of the cost-plus contracting system that incentivizes maximizing costs. And just to show what that means, Robin says cost-plus contracting enables companies to basically scam NASA and the U.S. taxpayer for an absurd amount. Look at this. The SLS Mobile Launcher 2 contract went from $383 million to an estimated $2.5 billion. It's going to cost a little more.
Can you imagine if you went to the, like, take that proportionally and like you took your car in to get fixed and they're like, it's going to be like $300. And then you come back and they're like, it's going to be like $45,000.
Joel Sorrell says Elon's new posts about things we can do in space with fully reusable super heavy vehicles are important. I've been wondering for years when he would realize that there are much more important things to do in space before building a city on Mars.
And Elon said we should not take survival on Earth too much for granted. No commercial opportunity, however large, is more important than ensuring the long-term survival of consciousness, which becoming multiplanetary enables. Space habitats require mass transfer from elsewhere to grow. Planets do not. That said, a self-sustaining city on the moon, while not as resilient to calamities that affect Earth as Mars due to its proximity to Earth, is probably nonetheless worth doing in addition to Mars.
I just love people who think they're smart. Well, I didn't Elon realize this years ago when I realized this.
Right. It's because
I wrote a short story about how you can do all of this.
Assumptions based on things that I think are easy to do.
Yeah, he's actually doing. Hey, thanks for joining us today, everybody. Don't forget to head on over to Patreon. We got great stuff we're giving away, and we have a lot to talk about today, so we'll see you there.
Now you know.